Okay, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a bright and sunny day, I think. At least in our painting. Outside it doesn't look very sunny. Yeah, but it's good to see all of you in spite of all the issues with technology and the problems with the line. As usual, most of you would have been quite familiar with the approach by now. We're going to do, the first thing that we're going to be doing is actually just doing a rough sketch of the scene. And as usual, we have to do a very simple sketch. Oh, now I have to switch camera, sorry. Where is my camera? Alright, this is the one, correct. This is what we're going to be doing. Alright, the first thing is, as usual, the horizon. You know, for those of you who are tired of sceneries and all that, you may want to suggest other paintings for the next few weeks. Alright, we can try other things. Your hill. Okay. Today's painting is a little bit more what they will call graphic in nature. It's quite colorful actually. So we're gonna just rough out the shape. This one here slants a little bit towards the right, and basically that's all we need to do. It helps you to divide your landscape for the time being. There's going to be a house here somewhere. It doesn't have to be the center. Okay, don't spend too much time doing this. This is just the guide, yeah, as you know already. There's a tree here somewhere. Later you can change the position if you like. Okay, that is our sketch for the day. Alright. Is that my sound wave giving some directions? Okay. Alright, I think we are there. So we are ready to start. So that small brush you can actually put away, you know. Now you don't need the small brush. What you need right now is to actually, we're going to use this big brush. For most of you, for those who are using the small canvas or the small boards, yeah, Pure Life Society, I think you're looking at the smaller brush because your board is smaller. Alright, so for those with the big boards, the canvas, you can use this one. Okay. Any questions, anybody? And as usual, when you paint, please remember as you go along, try to take photographs of your progress so that you have a record of what you've done for the day. Okay. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, as usual, from back to front, the furthest thing away to from the sky to the hills to the foreground. Okay, we're going to do the sky first. The sky is actually just a combination of white. It's blue, but it's a light blue. So we mix a little bit of white there, so that it's a bit lighter. Okay, we can start painting. And even when you are doing the sky like this, yeah, you can actually suggest the position of your clouds. First and foremost, because your canvas is white. If you see the clouds here, you don't have to paint over it. That becomes your clouds. See? By the way, Sean, if you want to communicate with me, you don't have to text, you know. Yeah, I cannot read the chat very well. It's quite far away from me. Okay. Wow, that was so good, I tell you. After the panic with the password and the ID and all that this morning, it drove me around the bend. Because last minute, if everybody cannot get in, and it's a good thing there's only a few of us today. But actually, I don't know how many others are not in because I have no access to the registration yesterday. So I suppose those who are locked out, they're going to call me, or maybe they will just go home. Alright, see, I got clouds coming out already. If I wanted the clouds here to be a bit smoother, I can just paint a bit of white. So we have sky. That's quite quick actually. Nice. I'm just removing some of the hair that falls off. Okay, so we have clouds. Stage 1 done. You have you already have the clouds. All right. So now you have next stage is your hill. There's one hill here, and there's another one here at the back. For the distant hills, one of the ways that we are going to create the depth, yeah, and the distance, yeah, is actually by making two separate sets of hills. The further one will be a bit lighter. The one that's nearer will be a bit darker. Okay, so we're gonna use blue, but now we're gonna mix it with a little bit of maybe a little bit of red, so that it's a little bit purplish, maybe. Yeah, see. And I'll be using a bit of white still. But the idea is to have it a little bit darker than the sky, so that you can see the hills. Okay, let's try and see, yeah, because sometimes it's very hard to tell until we put the paint on the canvas. Okay, wow, it's quite dark actually, but never mind, we're gonna put one layer first. If it's too dark, we can always lighten. And of course, you're at liberty to change the shape of the hill as you like. Your reference, yeah, your reference is only meant as a stepping stone. You don't have to copy it wholesale. It's only a guide for you to actually just move on from and get to wherever you want to go, because you are going to create something that's totally your own. So even if it doesn't look like the reference photo, I think it's okay. Because that's how creativity comes around, because you look at something and you have your own interpretation of what you see, not what has already been painted. So don't beat yourself silly if you cannot get exactly what you see in the reference. The idea is to give it a sense of yourself, a little bit of input of your own ideas. So what I've done is I've actually done a hill slightly different from your reference, okay? And one of the things that I can do at this point, yeah, is we already got this color, this tone. I just wanted to give it a sense of lighting, because the painting that we have doesn't have a clear sign of any kind of lighting direction. The direction of the light is actually from left to right. So what I'm going to do with this hill right now, instead of having a flat colored hill, I'm going to just have maybe some highlights so that it looks like maybe, hang on, all I need is something a little bit lighter than what I used just now. Okay, I got this. So I have, I'm creating a sort of undulating land so that it looks more like a hill. It doesn't look so flat, yeah. So the idea is to give you a sense of light. The light is coming from here, so surfaces that are facing the sun will be a little bit lighter. So we got hill number 1. Is everyone okay so far? Okay, good. Okay, now that's good enough. Quite fast. Next stage is I'm gonna do this hill. This hill will have to be a little bit darker than this one. Okay, and to achieve that, we just add more red so it looks darker. It's actually a bit purplish at the moment. Maybe I'll just make it stronger. Hang on. Let's see what happens. Okay. So the second hill is a little bit bigger. So the colors are a bit darker, but I think the wet paint is catching the light, so it's there. You can see the difference this way there. It's a lot darker than this one. Let's see what happens. It's more obvious when I paint them. When I reach this side, when you see a bit of contrast there. And all right, so we have so far the sky, the hill, the far away hill. Now this is the nearer hill. Okay, part of what we want to do is also to actually give it a bit more depth. Also the same thing. I tilt the cap. Let me tilt this a bit, so that you can see there's a very distinct difference between the tone on this hill and the tone on this front end. Okay, and of course I'm going to add a little bit more body to the hill in the foreground by making some lighter shades. Okay, I'm adding highlights so that the hills look like a hill. So you can see that by adding little, I call this highlights on the hill, you can see a little bit more body, more shape to what was actually a very flat color. Alright, so we got a hill, and then we are going in for the more colorful stuff. So we have done sky, hill 1, hill 2. Later we can go back and add a bit more detail. Okay, but for now, we're gonna go with this. Okay, so we have actually got a hill. Now we're going to do the horizon area. The horizon can consist of, at the moment what you are looking at is maybe, looks like some kind of empty field quite far away. I'm going to get some greenish color. to achieve that. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm going left to right. Wow, what was that? Ooh. Okay, thank you, sound wave. I like the sound of the bell. There we go. So we got green, and as in all things natural, we try not to have everything flat in color. So it can be quite patchy, it's alright. So we got hills. So this is basically blue and blue and yellow. You get green. So the degree of yellow or green, it depends on the proportion of the colors. You can make it lighter by adding more yellow and maybe a little bit of white. See? See what you can do. So the idea is to avoid having a totally flat looking background. Okay, and we can sort of subdivide the land a little bit so that you have a slightly darker color here if you want. Let's see, the same thing that we're going to use. It's still green, but it's a darker green. So what you need to do is just add blue and yellow. There you go. This is a little bit darker green, darker blue without white. So in a way you can see the lines here are actually not parallel to each other. You can open up a bit. This could be a paddy field, but I don't think so. It's got a lot of different colors. Okay, I think I need a bit more blue. And the foreground, we can jump a bit, yeah. I'm gonna paint I don't know what kind of crop this is, but it's a nice color. You can try and see. It's red. Yeah, we were at this rate. Basically, this is what we're going to be continue a bit. Okay. Yeah, red. That's red plus blue, so that is a little bit not totally red. Yeah. It's basically just this red mixed with this blue, and it's a bit purplish. Okay. You can actually put in the colors. So at this point in time, what we are doing is we are just blocking in the colors. Yeah. For the people from Pure Life Society who joined us the first time, you may find it a bit odd that we are only using 4 colors. But that's basically all you need, you know. Today what you are learning is you are learning to mix your color, and you are learning to paint. But you guys are actually joining what, Lim Kok Weng or what? Pure Life Society? Oh, already joined, or next month or next week? Oh, I see. Oh, August. Okay. So this one is just basically an exposure to art while you are waiting. You know, for those of you who likes painting, yeah, you can actually even suggest the kind of painting you like to do. Yes. Okay, I am out front here. I'm going to make this area a bit darker, so I mix blue with red, so that is purple. You notice I don't use black. So I'm just using blue and red to make a darker color, that's all. At the moment, yeah, at the moment, just make it more purplish, more blue. Yeah, there, you see, when I add more blue, it becomes darker, it becomes more purplish. I only use black at the last minute, yeah, after everything has been laid down. At the moment, what we are doing is we're just blocking out colors. So we have this whole stretch of blank space here. We can plant some grass, whatever this is. I really don't know what this is, but it's more of a pattern at the moment. I'm using yellow mixed with blue, but because I have a lot of red in there, it looks a bit brownish. So if you want a bit more purer green, you just mix yellow with the blue, without red. But as I say, we are blocking out colors at the moment. I'm just painting these colors horizontally across. It's a way of subdividing the land so that it doesn't appear too flat. It's a bit of a patchwork at the moment. I can add a bit of green. $10.45. Wow. No. We have about 40 minutes. Okay, I'm going to mix this patch of orangey color. Now, to get orange here is a little bit difficult if your brush is full of blue. So you may want to clean your brush if you want to have it a little bit more orangey. I'm going to wash my brush a bit, yeah, because it's got a lot of blue. It's got. I want to clear the brush a bit. Yeah? Give me a few minutes. Now, I'm back. Okay, guys, I am back. So we've done it pretty fast, no? All right, here we go. So at least we have done the land. We can go in with a little bit detail a little bit later. So I'm going to be filling up this area with orange. And orange you get from yellow and red. Yellow and red you get orange, yeah? There you see. That's what we do. Orange and yellow you get red. I mean orange is yellow and red. So we're gonna mess up a bit. It's a bit reddish, so I'm gonna add a bit more yellow. I think we need more yellow. Yeah. Okay, the foundation colors are all in. I'm still mixing orange. There you go. Okay. If I wanted the color a little bit lighter, I just add a bit more yellow. But I'm gonna let it dry. And there's also a little bit of yellow here. If you like, you may want to start switching to a smaller brush after this. So these are all the broad colors. The basic colors are all in. And this is a good time to retire this brush for a while. Okay. So at this point, what we have is your sky progressively from back to front. Hue 1, hue 2, your fill, and the fill in the foreground. So you got basically the base colors for everything. Right. So we are moving in with a smaller brush right now. So as opposed to the 3-inch brush, we are going to use a 1-inch brush right now. Pure Light Society, you'll be moving into even smaller brush because I think your canvas is smaller. You can use this one. All right. For those of you who don't want to spend too much money on canvas, sometimes you can actually paint all this sort of thing because you are using acrylic paint. Yeah, it covers anything. You can be painting on a box board. You can be painting on a carton box. The idea is to get your hands-on experience. Yeah, using the paint. So the at this point in time, when you actually, unless you want to frame up your work and put in a gallery, which I don't think you want to do at this point. What you can do is just use whatever available resources to paint, because end of the day, when you look at this painting that you've done, most people cannot see below the paint, and especially if you are taking a photograph of your painting, what you see is up here. What is below, nobody knows. Yeah, and you can actually actually it looks very nice when you put it on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, just so that you know. Okay, all right, so now we have the basis for your landscape. Now let's go in, let's do a little bit of maybe detailing in more definition. Okay, we haven't done the house yet. The house can be, maybe I'm going to put it at the corner. Yeah, but the house will be the last thing that you do. The tree is also the last. So what we will do, your land here is still quite, this area in the horizon is quite far away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take you in, use a bit of yellow and a bit of white, so that you can highlight certain areas. You see what happens when I do that, yeah? Suddenly, look, there's a ray of sunlight on the field, far, far away. And of course, if you like, yeah, you can actually add some trees, low trees behind this, which we can do in the wall. So basically, these are just to give you more layers to your painting. So I'm just adding a few more layers to the colors that are already there. You will notice that I don't cover everything. Yeah, I'm just adding. I'm leaving some of the colors behind, and I'm just putting highlights on certain areas. So the old color is still there, but it's got another layer of lighter colors on top. So suddenly your land has taken on a bit more dimension. I'm rotating the brush as I go from left to right, because smaller brushes it doesn't carry too much paint, so you need to rotate it a bit. All right, there you go. And that was yellow. Now what I can also do, I can also do is to add more depth. Yeah, because you already got white in your brush. If you're still using this brush, I think you might want to clean that a bit first. Yeah, I want colors, darker color to go in, so I'm removing the white. I just wash my brush, and we do not use much water. In fact, we don't use water except to wash the brush. We try not to use water in the paint, because then it becomes like watercolor. Then it takes a long time to dry. Okay, I'm going to, you see this horizon at the moment. In your reference, it's just one flat color, but what I want to do is to add one more dimension to your horizon. I'm going to make the horizon, I put some trees in the horizon, and to do that, I'm just making a darker color using my favorite, yeah, blue and red, so it becomes quite dark purple. Let me just show you what happens when I do that. Yeah, okay, you can see it's slightly darker. I'm just dabbing in some trees in the background, so you can see suddenly there's a separation between the hills. And these are just random depths, yeah. I'm just adding some trees in the background to give it more depth. You can of course add more houses if you like, but not yet. Yeah, your house will be the very last thing. And because of the lighting, that you can see. Can you see? Yeah. Because when the paint is wet, it catches the light, so it's a bit misleading. So I have like one row of, could be trees. Yeah, I'm gonna just add it here. Oops, 6214. Got it. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Okay. This thing is misbehaving very badly today. Everything is off. Alright, got it. Alright. I hear a whistle just now. I wonder, is that a phone call? Did somebody knock on the door? So this is actually quite a simple way of adding depth to your painting. You know, now at this level, at this stage, I can see that the landscape is taking shape slowly but surely. Okay, I am adding in the trees in the background, and of course I think dark colors like this are actually very nice for you to add. Maybe again blue and red, but maybe not so strong. I can actually add more definition, because like between some of this land, you can actually add shrubs that divide the land, because sometimes land they get divided. Farmers like to divide the land by planting shrubs. So basically this can be shrubs. And there is a little river looking thing here. It could be a river running across your land. Somebody making coffee. Sanya, you making nasi lemak or what? Okay, so slowly your landscape is taking shape. So we're just adding colors, and like I said, the colors are basically just so that you can divide your land into little patches. And you notice that we are more or less keeping most of the I call this the hedges, yeah, the dividing land. It's almost horizontal, but not really. It's because land is seldom ever 100% flat. So I'm just adding this to accentuate your border. So between this color and this color, there can be other colors. Like for instance here, take a look at this. I'm using dark colors at the moment, just to separate the land. So you can see that progressively your painting comes alive because you add more detail. Okay, so we are basically adding in what we call the broad strokes, and slowly detailing as we go along. And our method of detailing is actually just to add more shadow, dark areas. And like between the colors, I'm gonna add some darker shade. They look like hedges. By the way, the person who painted this probably sat in the field while painting. Can be quite colorful. And this is not a photorealistic kind of painting. It's quite graphic actually. I mean, the idea is to capture something in bright colors. Okay, I'm about to move on to the house already, yeah? Before we get more highlights in. I got all this. Okay, for the house, let me see what we're going to do with the house. I think we're going to put the house maybe somewhere here. Alright, but I got to push it up a little bit higher so that it blocks a bit more of the horizon. Okay, for the house, what I suggest you do, this is a very, what do you call it? I got me a running nose. Alright, the house should be about here. Let me just show you what you can do. What I'm going to do, this area has got a lot of warm color, yellow, a lot of yellow. So if I were to put a bit of blue with white, let's see what happens. Yeah, I just wanted to show you this. Yeah, this will be the shadow side of the house. That means we're still sticking with the light coming from the left. Okay. Let me just show you where we can put the house. The house can be here, let's say. Somewhere here. We can start off by doing, it's a bit of a like triangle on top. Then it comes down. So you got a shape that's somewhat like this. I think most of you will be able to do this, yeah? The triangular shape at the moment not very clear. Hang on, we might have to use a smaller brush for this. Okay, not very clear at the moment. I'm going to make it even lighter. I'm going to use this sable brush. This one you can actually make it a little bit sharper. I'm going to add more white so that you can see the house. At the moment it's still a bit dark. I'm just mixing blue and red so that it's a bit purple. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this. Yeah. This one is a lot clearer. Okay, so I can actually, I leave a few squares. They become like windows. Okay, so you have a very simple. Okay, so basically I have this triangular shape on top of a rectangle. Can you see this? This one is a pointed triangle. I'll try and see whether I can highlight it a bit more. Let me see, it's not very clear. I'm going to use black to highlight it, yeah, so that you can see clearer. Okay, I'm just using marker at the moment. Okay, you can see. Okay, I'm going to paint over it first, but this is just so that you can see. This is a triangular shape, okay, and then below that is a rectangle. So what you have there is one side of the house, yeah, the shadow side of the house. Let me see what you can do on the other side. Now it's not very clear, but let me just show you what happens when I add this, yeah. Okay, this side, the moment I add white, yeah, you can see. Okay, this is gonna be, of course we haven't got the windows and all that in yet, but I just wanted to show you what happens when I add in something like this. I add in, of course I just make something that looks like windows. The moment I put white on this side, you can see the shape of the house coming out. But we are still lacking one thing, yeah, and that's the roof. Let me just quickly show you what you can do. So this one is basically a rectangular shape. The window you can paint in later if you want. At the moment I'm just leaving it out. Okay. Okay, the house is quite a simple matter of just doing this. Yeah, I just want to show you what happens when I do this. I'm going to add the roof, and bear in mind that this one has got a slant. It's actually a trapezoid. I don't know what you call this, but you go. So you can see the shape of the house coming up. So this red color is going to go right up to here. Okay, at least that one establishes some kind of direction for you. So you realize that the highlight, of course, because the sun is coming from the left, this side of the wall is bright, this side of the wall is a little bit, it's not very dark, but it's darker. Okay, now this way it gets a lot more interesting. So this one, if you actually, it's quite simple. It's actually basically almost a rectangle with a triangle on top. That's all. All right, there you go. If you like, and if you can control your brush, this is a time when you can use a bit of water if you like. I discourage using water usually because when you're painting a lot of area, you don't need that water. But for detail work, yeah, sometimes you need and to make the paint flow a little bit better, add a bit of water, not too much because then it becomes like watercolor. The addition of water is simply to allow you to have you can actually draw thinner lines. Not very visible at the moment, but let me bring down the camera and let you have a look. Yeah. If I get locked out again, I'm going to just log in. Okay, so basically what you have right now, this is what you have for your house. We're going to add trees in the background to enhance the shape of the house at the moment. So this is just a very rough shape for your house. Okay, I think most of you can do this. Not very difficult, not very complicated. Okay, let's see now. Okay, got it. Okay, so we got this. Okay, we got the house. Okay, here is where it gets a little bit more interesting. Remember just now we were actually planting trees in the background. Okay, we can do the same thing for here, this area. You can use a small brush if you like, because all these things that you're going to do right now will be a bit smaller. So you can use this brush. Okay, alright. You're still gonna mix dark colors. I'm just gonna take my normal dark, because I don't use black, I use purple. Okay, I am going to plant, you see behind the house and also in front of the house there are trees. So this one is going to basically just enhance the shape a bit. Okay, these are bushes behind and in front, and I'm going to add a few more trees. So these are just like I say, suggestions of the tree shape. You can go a lot taller if you like, and you can also be behind the house. Hang on. My dark colors are all purplish at the moment, so I'm just going behind the roof. So this one is just to enhance the shape of the house. Okay. So the moment I put a tree behind the house, your house suddenly pops out because you can see it a lot clearer. I haven't added highlights to the trees yet, but you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to come here. There's a bigger tree here. Of course, the shape of the tree you can change a bit if you like. But basically, what I'm using is purple to build shapes. This one can overlap your trees in the background. Okay, I'm going to leave some gap between the tree and the house so that you can see this light shape here. Okay, the tree is going to be here. the moment you put highlights later on, you can see the shape of the tree a lot clearer. At the moment, I'm just, like I say, suggesting where the trees are going to be. I'm going to add a bit of trunk. So ideally, if you can leave this area, don't cover up this area too much, because you want to see the bright area, because the sun is coming from the left. Okay, shadows are going to be beside the house, so behind the house there will be some bright patches. It'll be interesting to see what all of you come up with today. Okay, we already have all this what do you call this, suggestions of the windows, suggestions of the doors. We will add that in shortly, but before that, let's add a bit more, maybe shrubs to the floor. Okay, I also wanted to show you, of course, I think all of you has got brushes at the moment. Sometimes, hang on a minute, I use whatever is available. I don't use black, okay, but sometimes I reach out for maybe marker pens where you can actually use to draw lines. And I just show you what happens. This is a black pen. Okay, this is just a black pen. I am going to just do this, yeah. Below the roof, I'm just going to cheat a bit. I'm going to make it look like a shadow. Okay, it doesn't take very well to the ink. I'm going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one is a calligraphy pen. So I like to use whatever is available. So this one is just to enhance your see, now your house is coming along. Okay, now I'm going to play with more colors. So we already have some quite dark red here. I'm going to make the red stand out more. So this area is quite dark. So I'm going to just use, maybe pure red would be nice here. See what happens? And notice, yeah, I'm keeping the light, I mean this brighter color towards the top area. I'm going to leave this bottom part dark, so that there is actually a sense of the top part is brighter, the bottom part is a bit dark. So you see what happens when I make the lighter red on top of the older dark colors. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. And sometimes you may need to add a lighter color, but for the time being, I think this is pretty good. Yeah? So your original color can be quite bright actually. I use my paint very sparingly. I only scoop half a spoon at a time, because I don't use a lot of paint anyway. Okay, watch this, yeah. This area is quite nice, quite fun. I'm going to put a lot of thick paint here. Oh my God, you know what I've done? I have forgotten to record all this. Jesus Christ. Never mind, I have a secondary camera doing it. That's why you realize sometimes they need a team of 10 people just to do something like this. they used to have camera, lights, and action. But we are doing everything at home, so it's like sometimes your camera come on, no lights, and sometimes you have lights, no camera. That's what happened just now. But we got most of it, I hope. Yep. And today, simply because we exited, the moment we exit and come back, we forgot to record. Okay, coming along. Alright, see, I'm going to make some beautiful flowers here. So sometimes when you're actually painting things like this, it can be quite therapeutic because it's actually quite relaxing. Long as you don't have to fight with the technology, you're fine. Okay, I'm gonna add some flowers here maybe. Oh, but this area I think I want to make it dark first before I add in the flowers. Always nice to have a darker base, yeah, before you add in bright colors. So I'm gonna add maybe some dark colors before I add in nice shrubs or colors. And also bear in mind you only have 2 hours to do this, so it's not a lot of time, but just enough, you know. For those of you who are going into Lim Kok Wing University, I guess you are going into the creative business. So are you guys into creative or advertising or design, or what are you going in for? Design, okay. Well, in design and advertising, you're going to realize that a lot of things I wanted yesterday. So sometimes you got to learn to work very fast. Yeah, and today we are taking you on that very fast track. So we got to this level in about 2 hours. For your information, if I were to do this on my own, I would have done this in about half an hour. My job used to be visualization of scenes like this, yeah. So it's basically, I used to be what they will call today, what they call concept artists. Today they call it concept artists. The same job 20-30 years ago, they call you a perspective artist, or they'll call you a visualizer, but today you are concept artist. And if you are into design, I don't know what kind of design you're going into. It could be industrial designer. What sort of design are you guys going into? What design? Oh, I can't hear you guys. Never mind. Oh, okay, graphic and admin, yeah. Okay, I used to be an illustrator. So I used to work with a lot of advertising agencies. But when you're going into that kind of business, just be aware. Thank you, Soundwave. Ini nakal lah, ini sound wave ah, kacau kacau ni But she'll tell you when to take photograph, tell you when your time is running out. Worse than my GPS. See? So the from what I see here in front of me, we have basically almost completed a scene, except for the fact that we haven't gone detailed. You know, the most of the items are already there. So what I can show you right now is I can demo to you, since we have for 12 minutes before 12 o'clock. Wow, okay. So what I'm going to do, you see what happens right now. In terms of detailing, this is the thing that sometimes probably detailing may even take longer than this entire process that you have. So if you are at home doing this, of course you're at home doing this right now, you can actually go in, it's going to end in 10 minutes. So we're going to do, we are going to cut in again later after this. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to extend it a little bit. Yeah. Watch what happens. See, I'm just enhancing the highlights. Yeah. White. This is white now. So I normally don't use white until the very last bit. That's when you want to have your super highlights. Yeah. So these are things that takes time and a lot of patience. And because of the interruption this morning, so we can extend another round after this. Don't worry. So don't go makan so fast. I know Sanya, you already makan. Ayo, I think today most likely I lock out one person. You know the group that we always paint with in brush up, yeah. One of them wanted to join me. Now I forgot. And Chandri, and I think if she checked into that one gone case already lah. I forgot about her. She wanted to join the group, but last minute only lah she going to join. So I also totally forgot. So you see what happens. I'm adding white, yeah. I'm adding white to the clouds, yeah, so that you can see the highlights a lot clearer. So these are the sort of things that will make your painting come alive, detail. Like they always say, the devil is in the detail. That's why sometimes. Well, we got this done pretty fast, 2 hours. Yeah, when you go into detail, you'll probably be sitting at this for another 1 whole day, 2 days, depending on how detailed you want to be. Sanjay, are you there, Sanjay? Sanjay has left the group. No, I'm just trying to tell the Pure Life Society. After I will type down the link to my Instagram account. I think it's probably already typed in, but I can't see at the moment. So just in case, you guys, before you run off for your lunch or whatever, check out that link for Instagram that I will give you. Alternatively, you can go to facebook.com. Facebook.com @stancreative, one word, stancreative.co. Stancreative.co. You will see a lot of my work. Most of the new work that I do is all black and white. But I always tell people I may be black and white at the moment, very sketchy. A lot of work that I do is all sketching at the moment, but I have a very colorful past. Go and check it out. So I'm just having fun with you guys. Look, see, I'm trying to soften the edge here for this area. Sometimes we use finger, sometimes we use brush. So if you use a bit of dry brush, you can actually soften because the edge can be quite hard. Yeah. So when you use dry brush, you can actually get a lot of very nice effects. So I'm softening this. Okay, I'm also trying to soften this area between the two hues. And Stanley used to be my old name. Yeah. Today I'm more known as Kulik. No lah, you can call me Stanley lah. But in public, don't introduce me as Malaysia's very own Stanley. That one is a bit. The guy already died leh. Not all my old friends still call me Stan. No problem. Yeah lah. It's only now only for online. Yeah, now we are going online. I'm going running all these online classes. I thought it's good to have a name that's a little bit more in tune with the times. Yeah, because we are dealing with all these young people. Stanley already died. Stanley. So it's that kind of thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually just blending in the hues so that it's a bit softer. I'm using a very dry brush at the moment. So when it's dry, I can just do some very soft effects like clouds. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, I'm blending in white, but not. I don't put a lot of white paint here. I'm just using a very dry brush. See, it's very nice when it's soft like this. Can you see? Can you see? Let me just show you. Yeah, let me just show you. Watch this. Yeah. So it's a bit blurry. So anything that is far away, you can actually, but you don't blur everything. You know, you only blur maybe the lower area. The top area can still be quite sharp like this. Yeah. It's like if you're looking at Gunung Tahan or whatever, Gunung Tahan, Mount Kinabalu. The top portion usually a bit sharper simply because less clouds, less mist. Mist will tend to actually soften your edges a bit. So these are what you call the visualization techniques. So you can see now that I added in, you have a very low mist. In landscaping, what happens is normally the hill, you got a hill, and as you come towards the base, yeah, usually there's a layer of maybe very light mist down here. I'm going to do almost the same thing here, but very dry brush. So this is only for this area. But be careful, if you put a lot of paint, then it's going to be one big patch of white there, and you're going to kill the picture. So I'm using this is very dry. And I suggest before you apply here, you better test it on a paper so that it doesn't look so out of place. So in effect, what we've already done, okay, thank you, Sean. Sean is writing into the chat group, so you can read it afterwards. We can hang around for a while after the final bell. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm adding some clouds in the background. See? So dry brush is very interesting. Watch. Because it doesn't cover one whole area, it just blotches very soft effect. I can get all this kind of very soft effect. So these are the kind of techniques that, believe it, yeah, these are the kind of techniques that professionals use to paint. I'm telling you that because I made a living from doing all this. See? You know, I'm happy that we have come this far in spite of all the interruptions from Zoom. I'm just adding little highlights here so that this area can look like flowers. I don't know. It can be flowers. It can be I don't know what this is, but it is something that's colorful. There it goes again. Now you know why you need a big team, huh? Okay, now I'm going in for detailing, yeah. So I'm going in with small brush now. This teeny weeny one. So we're going to add detail. Watch, yeah. And now this is a time where you can actually have some fun with the detailing. Small brush, you can actually do things like this. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. For you to get very thin lines, what I always do is to actually add more water. And of course, if you can get a smaller brush, even better. So you have a very nice bright colors at the back. Okay, one of the lessons I have learned, yeah, in terms of like technology, and all of us are sold on the idea of everything in the high-tech era is immediate. Okay, so when I mean, this is what all of us are brought up to believe right now, simply because that is the hype. You do everything online, you get everything immediate. The thing that is not immediate, I realize, is that when you make online payment, okay, online payments are supposed to be immediate. Okay, they probably get your money immediately, but for them to restore your service will take another 24 hours or something like that. So I think this is what we have been experiencing today. So I told my son, next time you don't wait until last minute. Yeah, he told me last night he already paid. I said, well, last night is last night, but today I still don't have the line. So you get notice like that, lah. You're using a free Zoom. And by the way, most Zooms that people use are free, and it's a very good resource to have. But if you are running, let's say, big group meetings, then maybe it's not a very good idea. But the lesson to be learned is never miss a payment with your online supplier. They're gonna cut you off. It's not like electricity. They cannot cut you off for humanitarian reason. For online, they can just cut you like that. I think that's what happened, you know. Yeah, it's robot. I tell you, they cut you so fast. The only thing I always tell them, when I pay you, why don't you be equally fast? They are like that. So be a bit worried. So today a lot of red faces because I'm telling everybody my account is maybe a bit compromised because the payment wasn't on time. So that will not happen again, I assure you. Now that I know. So you notice that we're adding more and more highlights. In a sense, this is basically detailing. Do I hear somebody going off already? Wow, all hungry already maybe. Never mind, I just add a bit more, No lah, this is just to make up for the delay and all the exit and re-entry. Okay, I'm adding more highlights to the plants in the foreground. So we already have some dark color, maybe some dark green. So now adding this highlight complements and makes things a lot better. So you notice that when I add highlights to this area, which is actually very dark, immediately your plants or whatever pops out. Okay, so you got your roof, you got your land. There's actually a little river here at the back. Let me just see that. I think this can be a little stream. Yeah? I'm gonna make it look like a stream. Hang on. Let me catch some highlights. I'm just adding in some highlights onto the river or stream so that it looks like a stream. Hey, but it would be very nice to have a stream next to your house actually if you're here. So nice. Look at that. More detail. Okay, I'm adding white to the red that I'm using right now so that I can add more highlights. Wow, they are excited already. Huh? See? Oh, by the way, after this, yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to uh, put together all the things that has been recorded. I'll be sending you the link later. I think probably take a day or so. Hopefully I can get it done fast. You know, for those of you who are a bit more ambitious, yeah, you can add in people, you can add in a scarecrow here, you can add in a little tractor or something. So you can make things more personalized to whatever your preference is. So at the end of the day, this one slightly, in fact, it looks quite different from the original, I hope. It's also a heads up to those in the creative industry who are going into creative design and all that. Most of the time you'll be actually working from references to things that has already been done. There's nothing wrong with that, but what they want you to do is based on what you have seen people do, you're expected to come up with something totally different anyway. So the idea is not to copy, the idea is to use what has been done and innovate and change things and make it better. That's what it is. We always start life, we always start our career copying. Yeah, but as you go along, you realize that your copying alone is not good enough because to really go ahead, you have to innovate. So at this point in time when you begin your career, don't be afraid to copy. In a sense, when you're copying, you're learning from others, yeah, just for your information. You're learning from others. Say, dee dee dee. Wow, look at this. Coming along, coming along. In a scene like this, actually, it's amazing the amount of work you can actually put in. I'm gonna add a bit more highlight to the trees in the background. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm just. This is also just to soften the edges, yeah. I better bring down this camera so that you have a closer look. Okay, you notice these are actually very sharp, very sharp edge. So what I'm doing, I'm just softening the edge by adding highlights. On the top left hand corner. So like I say, you can be spending the next 2-3 hours just doing this alone. Take a look at this, yeah. This is actually quite hard, yeah. So I'm going to just break it down a bit, soften it a bit. Of course, if you want a lot more detail, it's always good to do a bigger canvas. But for the purpose of what you are trying to do today, this canvas is just about nice. It allows you a feel of the medium. allow you to mix your color and learn a bit. See? So we have done quite a fair bit. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, see? How's everything for everybody? Do you want to show me your work now?
Yes.
Yeah. Shopping? Where are you shopping? Okay, wait. I gotta highlight shopping. Yeah, hang on. Okay. Whoa, what you need is more time and more detail, but you already got it there, you know. And for your foreground, yeah, shopping, try not to add too much white to the front. Those if you're painting green, make it a bit more yellow than white. Yeah, your house is okay. Maybe you need some trees to overlap your house, some colorful plants. Okay, and your highlight for the clouds, yeah, is good to actually uh, compare with what I've done. Add a bit more highlight on the top left-hand corner. Okay, I'll put the video together so that you can slowly take your time. You have actually put in a pretty good effort into this, and just a bit more highlight on the clouds. Avoid using too much white, yeah, in the foreground. All the colors you can add white, but not too much white, yeah. Okay, you're done pretty good. Thank you, Xiaoping. Okay, now who else on the show?
Mimi.
Okay, Sanjay, Pure Life Society. Wow, look at that. Very good. See? Now, of course, the more detail, that's all. Yeah, that's one girl. Number two. Okay. Wow, I love your heels, huh? All look like pyramid. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now it's a bit more detailing only, that's all. Sit down and add more detail later on. Okay, there you go. You have been creative today. So you have done a very credible job today. Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. All right, keep it up. Now, who else missing? Yeah, thank you, Sheila. And get them to take some pictures. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will send it.
All right. Thank you. Okay, now who else? Yeah, Yuna, you want to show me your work?
Me.
Wait, okay.
Me.
Shout, Sania, you want to show?
Okay.
Dr. Sania, come. Wait,
Okay.
Wow, see? Now it's only more detailing only lah, yeah? More detailing, a little bit more, maybe your shrubs and all that, a bit more dark areas.
All right. Shrubs,
okay. Yeah, just maybe darker areas and the shadows. That's it. Yeah, you got it pretty well. Yeah, but your back heel, yeah, the back heel is a little bit too light. Yeah, it's blending in with the clouds a bit too much.
All right. Okay. Sure.
So it's got to stand out from the background. Okay. Good.
Right.
Thank you, Dr. Sonia.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah.
Can I go off?
You can go out, Avi. All you will do
Thank
is just. This is Yuna. Turn your camera around. Now you've got a light coming in. Also, you got two copies, one big, one small. Very good, Yuna. Show me both your painting lah. It's nice. Yuna, see. Oh, that's a print. I see. Okay, your camera. See whether can go a bit more forward to your painting, or move your painting. Move your paint. See. Okay, you're getting it right. The only thing, like I say, is a bit more detail on your clouds, a little bit higher, brighter highlights. Okay, and more highlights. That's it. Yeah, you're practically done. Thank you, Yuna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, who else is missing? Yeah, today, Sean. Sean, you don't want to show me what you've done? Hey, by the way, I think Sean has put in a lot of information in the chat group. Yeah, if you want to, in the chat on this on this workshop, you can see. I think there's some links and all that. She's given some comments. Yeah, but I don't know why I cannot go to the chat. Oh, I can, but it's a bit too slow. But how come it's all cleared already? Oh, I know. It got cleared every time we get out of the Zoom. Now I see. Every time we exit Zoom, yeah, it clears. Is there anybody I miss out today? Let me see, Sean. I got Xiaoping, Sanjay. All right, that's very good. Yuna, your mother, not you, ah. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I hope you had a good time, and I'm sorry for all the technical glitches. Okay. Anybody wants to ask me any question? I'm still here. We still got a bit of time, I think.
I think I can. The children has other activities, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Sanjay. Get them to take pictures and share with me.
I already sent you 3 photos. And
Wow, very good. You send it what through WhatsApp or what?
yeah, by WhatsApp.
Okay lah. What I'll do is later on, I'll just complete this a bit more. Then I'll add in more, add the video to it.
Sure, sure. When is the next class?
The next one should be next week. If you like, you can also suggest the kind of paintings that you guys like to paint.
Oh, give their own suggestions.
Because then we see whether we can manage it. Because sometimes it's good to get inputs, to get different ideas. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'll talk with Sheena about it.
Yes, I will do that. Sheena or Sheila?
No, Sheena.
Sheena. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Sanjay.
Welcome.
Tell the kids thanks very much.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. Yes.
Wow.